I've always felt that what gives life meaning is our search for it. And the moment you stop and get distracted by all the bullshit around us in the modern world, that's when it begins to slip away from you. And that's when you start to forget your purpose. Or if you don't even know what your purpose is yet, you forget to even look for it. And then you forget one of the most fundamental truths of this existence, and that is that life is utterly magical. Art! Saviour of the universe, he'll save every one of us. It will save every one of us. Art will save you. Art is saving me. Art will save the world. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how art is the antidote to a loss of a sense of meaning in life. Art making or engaging in a self-directed creative project is one very powerful tool to reconnect us to the truth of who we are, who we really are. It's through the act of creation that we are reminded of our sovereignty. It's through art that we can begin to process the immense amounts of intergenerational trauma that we're all carrying and reveal our shadows and begin to incorporate all the parts of ourselves into a renewed and shame-free sense of self. And it's through art that we discover our true purpose and our true calling, our unique eco-niche, as the amazing author Bill Plotkin describes it. Bill writes, "You were born to occupy a particular place within the community that eco-philosopher David Abram calls the more than human world. You have a unique ecological role, the way you are meant to serve and nurture the web of life, directly or through your role in society. At the level of soul, you have a specific way of belonging to the biosphere, as unique as any maple, moose, or mountain." I have always felt intrinsically connected to the creative urge within me, but for a very long time I was almost completely severed from the parts of me that were crying out to be expressed. But more than ever now, as I repair these connections and begin to allow myself to explore my creativity without the oppressive, internalized shaming witness that I was carrying, I'm realizing that all the pain of being so creatively blocked was my initiation. And now I am determined to be yet another voice in the sea of YouTube, reminding you of your true nature and the incredible ability that art making has to reconnect you with your soul again. Now, I know I'm not saying anything new here, but we are surrounded by false narrative upon false narrative where truth is completely inverted. And so much of what we have been led to believe that will bring us joy and fulfillment is actually completely devoid of meaning. And slowing down enough to sit and be still and ignore the perfectionist, progress-driven software that we've all been installed with is actually a form of rebellion in today's culture. In our modern day, progress-focused, consumer-driven, egocentric world of endless distraction, it's really easy to lose sight of what makes us human. And what I'm discovering for myself is that if art can save me, art can save the world. Indigenous cultures knew what we are slowly catching up to, and that is that art making or expressing or finding ways to express your interior landscape into the third dimension through any medium that you choose, painting, dancing, filmmaking, whatever appeals to you, whatever feels right, is really one of the most potent ways to process your emotions and uncover meaning and purpose in your life, and also to know yourself deeply. And we have lost these ways of processing our emotions through art when we stopped making art, and when we lost our connection to the more than human world as we became alienated from ourselves. We used to know how to navigate our internal world of feelings and live in symbiosis with the natural world, but that's what we've forgotten. Now, I'm not talking about fine art. I'm talking about the process of art making, the free, unfiltered expression of what lies within, with no requirements for it to be technically impressive or skillful or aesthetically pleasing. It's the ultimate unshaming act, to allow yourself to surrender, listen, and then amplify what you are feeling through the medium of your choice. In The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron writes, "People frequently believe the creative life is grounded in fantasy. The more difficult truth is that creative life is grounded in reality, in the particular, the focused, the well-observed, or the specifically imagined." We've also been told a lot of lies about art. The narrative that it's a nice to have secondary byproduct of a progress-driven society it's deeply embedded in our systems still. Even an artist can forget and tell herself that it should come after she's done the important things, that her artistry is not as useful as a doctor's work, or, for example, and that creative play is for children and the imagination is juvenile and pulled out of the ether. I actually think when most people think of slowing down and taking the time to do something creative in solitude, they also equate that with a feeling of underwhelm. Where would the excitement come from? Will people forget about me? What if I became bored? What then? But my experience has been quite the opposite. When you slow down enough to hear your soul, you realize how rich each moment is in meaning, and life becomes insanely stimulating and exciting. You're also creating new problems to solve for yourself, which take the space of all the old humdrum, meaningless anxieties of life, and old stories just begin to slip away as you pay less attention to them. Making art is an active form of reprogramming your mind to truth, rewriting your software. Think of it as this. We have been sorely disconnected from our humanness through all the distractions of modern life, and creating art is just the practice of expressing your inner truth, your soul's nature, into the third dimension, and it then becoming a mirror for you so you can see the truth of who you really are. You've probably heard this concept before. What I'm saying is not novel. I know that, but it's important. And the more times you hear it, the more it's going to sink in, and the more it's going to uninstall all the bullshit. And so I'm going to go ahead and be yet another voice on the internet reminding you to create something. And I want Florescentia to be yet another reminder to choose truth, even when it feels uncomfortable. And I'm really passionate about this because I was severely wounded and indoctrinated into the most toxic perfectionism dogma. And it creatively inhibited me, and I was severely blocked for a very long time and suffered greatly because of it, and lived entirely through this lens of shame and having all these toxic beliefs about myself, even that I wasn't meant to be here. And art is helping me undo all of that. And I'm in the process of unblocking myself at the moment through a soul-led approach to my art. And that's why I've started Florescentia, because I want to help people do the same. And I can see the immense potential for art making for absolutely everyone, not just people who know that they want to be an artist for their work, for a living. And when I came up with this idea to sort of do a play on Flash by Queen. For my intro, I didn't quite remember just how cool the lyrics were for the song. I was obsessed with Queen when I was about 9 years old, and I have all these memories of my friend and I just learning all the lyrics and listening to it on repeat on our Discmans, and sitting in the back of her parents' car on a car trip and just belting out Bicycle Race the whole way. So they hold a really special place in my heart, and they're sort of the beginning of my love of music as well. So it was funny that just popped into my head to sort of use the lyrics as the title of this video. It really felt like a real synchronicity moment, which was really nice. And then I read the lyrics to the song, and the last verse is, "Just a man with a man's courage. You know he's nothing but a man, and he can never fail. No one but the pure at heart may find the golden grail." And to me, this really sums up the soul-led art-making process. It takes a lot of courage. It takes remembering that you are a human and your humanness, and then remembering that you can't make any mistakes when you're doing art, and that when you approach your creativity in a soul-led way, to learn about yourself and your truth and your purpose, only then do you really unlock your own golden grail, your unique eco niche in the greater context of the universe. And if you like this video and you'd like to consider subscribing. And I'm going to make more videos about art and reminding you to make art, and that's what Forest Sentia is going to be about. So please subscribe. Just a man with courage, bum bum, he's nothing but a man, he can never fail. No one but the purified may find the holy grail. Oh, I don't think we'll use that, but thanks for watching. Please subscribe.